Resort and Casino. This is the final press conference for Canelo Alvarez and Sergey "Crusher" Kovalev as they square off in a mega fight Saturday night here at the MGM Grand Garden Casino and Arena. Tickets are still available. Limited tickets are still available. Please go to axis.com. This fight is presented by Golden Boy, Main Events, and Crusher Promotions as the biggest star in boxing tries to make history by going up 2 weight divisions to beat the 175-pound WBO champion of the world. This bout will be streamed live and exclusive on DAZN. We want to remind everyone that it is indeed fight season on DAZN, and this title clash is one of several highlights of an entire fall schedule that is loaded from top to bottom. Before we introduce today's participants, we also want to thank our sponsors, Tecate, the official beer of boxing, Hennessy, Never Stop, Never Settle, and brand new Grapefruit Crush Knockout flavor. And let me just say this, with all due respect to another combat sports promotion that is hyping their fight this weekend, if Canelo Alvarez is indeed able to go up 2 weight classes and beats the Crusher Kovalev, then Canelo will earn the title as the baddest mofo in the fight game. And with that, we welcome one of the promoters for Saturday night's event, the Hall of Famer himself, the CEO of Golden Boy, the boxing legend. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Oscar De La Hoya.
Thank you very much, Todd. Buenos días. Primero quiero iniciar con unas palabras en español. Gracias a todos los medios que están presentes. Les quiero agradecer por todo su apoyo para un evento de primera como este. También le quiero dar las gracias al MGM Grand Garden Arena. Este es un lugar que se ha convertido en una histórica arena para las mejores peleas en este deporte. Gracias también a la poderosa plataforma de DAZN por ofrecer un hogar boxístico para presentar los mejores boxeadores de nuestro exclusivo establo. En Golden Boy nos comprometemos a ofrecer las mejores peleas que se puedan realizar para un público tan exigente y conocedor. A la misma vez, queremos cultivar y desarrollar a la siguiente generación de peleadores, y por eso quiero agradecer a todos los boxeadores de respaldo como Ryan García, Romero Duno, Blair the Flair Cobbs, Ceniesta Estrada y Marlene Esparza, entre otros. También quiero decirles gracias a Kathy Duba de Main Events por ayudarnos a concretar este explosivo duelo. Gracias a nuestros patrocinadores, cuya participación y experiencias es muy importante en nuestros eventos. Finalmente, queremos invitar a los fanáticos, a los aficionados, a que no se pierdan esta gran noche estelarizada por el Canelo Álvarez, el campeón mundial actual. La estrella más grande del deporte volverá a demostrar por qué es el mejor boxeador del mundo cuando se mida ante Sergey Kovalev, el campeón mundial semicompleto de la OMB y uno de los peleadores más peligrosos en los últimos años. Muchas gracias.
Good morning, everyone, and I hope you're all getting ready for what will be an explosive and exciting fight this Saturday. This is a very important battle for Canelo Alvarez and Sergey Kovalev, and there's a lot at stake for both fighters. When we first started working with Canelo over a decade ago, we knew that he was destined to be great. I think we are all aware now that we are witnessing greatness in the making. But I'd like to talk a bit about what that means. What does it mean to be great? To be considered great in anything, a person must be above average. They must exceed what is normal. We say some fighters are good, others are bad, but we reserve the term great for those who are considerably above average. Few fighters in the history of boxing can be considered great, but through their various accomplishments, they are able to achieve that status. And this small group of people develops a fierce ambition and spirit of competition. This ambition comes
natural to them. For me, it is what partly motivated me to spend my teenage years putting aside the amusements of youth for the responsibilities of greatness. But at the same time, every natural gift must be cultivated by competition. You need to test your talents with other people who also have that same ambition. But what happens when those equal strength and size are no longer competitive? Then the task becomes looking for even bigger challenges. And I think that's what makes a fighter great. The ambition to succeed, the spirit to compete, and the initiative to keep looking for that next challenge. Bernard Hopkins did it by moving from middleweight to light heavyweight. I myself did it by moving several divisions throughout my career. And now Canelo Alvarez is doing it as well by attempting to become a 4-division world champion. This is an accomplishment that has been only achieved by an elite group of fighters, like an Eric Morales or Juan Manuel Marquez, for instance. Canelo will also look to become the second Mexican fighter to capture a title at 175 pounds in the history of Mexican boxing. And Canelo will attempt that by fighting one of the most feared punchers in recent years. Kovalev is a 3-time world champion. He is one of the most avoided fighters in his own division. With Kovalev's strength and power advantages, he can end the fight at any moment. And make no mistake, this is a very dangerous fight for Canelo. But these are the challenges that will make Canelo great. This is what it looks like when you have the initiative to keep looking for that next challenge. Then, and only then, the competition is no longer against the man you have in front of you. It's now between you and history. I want to take this opportunity to thank co-promoter Main Events and Kathy Duva for getting this fight done. I also want to thank all the undercard fighters who will be participating in this fantastic main event. I also want to thank the MGM Grand. Thank you very much for your hospitality. Thank you very much for opening up your doors and helping us make history. For those wanting to witness history from the comfort of their homes, the fight will be streamed live on DAZN. We want to thank DAZN for giving us the best platform in boxing. And lastly, I want to thank our sponsors, the official beer of boxing, Tecate, Hennessy, Never Stop, Never Settle, and the brand new Grapefruit Crush, Knockout Flavor. We greatly appreciate your continued support. November 2nd will be a great night for boxing as the biggest star in the sport inches even closer for greatness. Thank you.
This exciting event, of course, will take place at the MGM Grand Garden Arena right here in Las Vegas, the fight capital of the world. This place has been home for many of boxing's biggest and best events over the years and for many years to come. Here to represent the MGM Grand is Richard Stern, president of Las Vegas Live Entertainment and Sports.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to welcome all the media and fight fans that are watching live online. MGM Grand is thrilled to host this highly anticipated matchup of two great champions, Canelo Alvarez and Sergey Kovalev, Saturday evening as they make their return to Las Vegas. This will certainly be an exciting night as Canelo moves up in weight to take on Kovalev for the WBO light heavyweight world title. I'd like to thank Oscar de la Hoya, Eric Gomez, Rob Gaspari, and the entire Golden Boy Promotions team, Kathy Duver and Main Events, John Skipper and Joseph Markowski, and everyone at DAZN, and Bob Bennett of the Nevada State Athletic Commission. We look forward to seeing you Saturday night for this great event. Thank you.
Now we'd like to open the floor to an important member of the Nevada State Athletic Commission, one of the most important, in fact. Please welcome to the podium the Executive Director, Mr. Bob Bennett.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon. On behalf of the Nevada State Athletic Commission, I want to thank Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions and Kathy Duva and Main Events for having these championship fights in the fight capital of the world. We're certainly honored and privileged to regulate these fights, and we are prepared to go to work. We also want to recognize and thank Richard Sturm and the MGM for hosting this event, because nobody hosts these boxing events better than MGM. And most importantly, we would like to thank the fighters and recognize them. Because of the fighters, they keep boxing exciting, alive, and continue to make history. So thank you very much, and God bless.
On the line Saturday night is Sergey Kovalev's WBO Light Heavyweight Championship. And we'd like to introduce the president of the WBO, Mr. Paco Valcarel.
First of all, let me say thank you to Golden Boy Main Event for making this fight happen. Let me tell something in Spanish too. Quiero felicitar al Canelo y escuchen estas palabras. Uno de los mejores boxeadores mexicanos de todos los tiempos. Gracias, Saúl, por darnos la oportunidad de verte peleando con un gran campeón, un warrior de ring, Sergey Kovalev, que ha sido campeón nuestro en 2 ocasiones. Ha perdido el cinturón, lo ha recuperado. Sabe lo que es ganar y lo que es perder. Esta va a ser una pelea bien grande y recuerden estas palabras. Esta es una pelea pareja, completamente pareja. Y segundo, los fanáticos van a recordar esta pelea por siempre. Let me tell you something. Thank you, Mr. Alvarez Canelo, one of the best Mexican fighter ever, who will be fighting a warrior, Mr. Sergey Kovalev. We have a special belt for this occasion. Don't ask me how much we pay. Ask me after the fight how hard it will be for the winner to have it. Remember this word. This is a pick and fight, and the fight will be remembered forever. Thank you for both, and God bless you.
If anyone knows about making the jump from 160 to 175 pounds, it's my next guess. In 1995, he captured his first world title and then began a historic run that included 20 title defenses and the unification of all belts in the middleweight division. And then his career had a second win, so to speak, as he became the oldest boxer to win a world title and becoming the lineal champion at 175 pounds. Now he is a business partner with Golden Boy, hoping and helping to cultivate the next generation of boxing talent. Please welcome to the podium, Golden Boy business partner and Hall of Famer, the alien, Bernard Hopkins.
I ain't gonna forget the executioner, that was first, but it's good. First, thank everyone also for supporting the fights that matters to not only the ones that cover it, but also the ones that watch and support our lifestyle. For Canelo, I commend you again and respect you, not only as a fighter, but as a man, and not only as a champion, as a business, and that's important. Sergey Kovalev, also my experience being involved in my talents together in that square circle makes me even respect, even above just respect, but super profound is the right word, respect for Canelo, because I have a history of taking on the best. And I see not only in his legacy that he's building, Canelo has the same spirit. That's one of the connections. And I know that he's on the right mindset based on fighting the best in that division. What other than the Crusher? Antonio Tarver was in my sight based on, you see what he did to Roy Jones, you see what he did to others. And then he said at the top at their weight class. And beating him was beating the guy. Canelo, thanks for bringing fights like this that make boxing be a conversation at homes, coffee shops, bars, number of houses in Philadelphia. They play numbers, it ain't the lottery. As a conversation, like other big sports, whether it's a playoff in the NBA, whether it's the NFL, whether it's tennis, whether it's golf, boxing right now is being talked about, because I do pay attention. Around the world, I pay attention. And to see that, to me, Golden Boy, my partner, Oscar De La Hoya, Eric Gomez, Robert Diaz, the whole staff at Golden Boy is on the same page mentally and also with action to make these fights happen. So again, I took enough time, but I must continue to tell you, your job is not to be biased or to be actually with us all the time, but write what you see and write what's being done. And that's important than what you heard. And not just be the first one to get it out because you want to beat John out and John want to beat Sam out and Mary want to beat William out. At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, you do your own independent analysis on what you think or know or experience. Enjoy the fight November 2nd, because I know Canelo's going to have his hands full, and I know that Sergey Kovalev is going to be ready, and both guys are going to have to figure it out. I'm very happy and very satisfied that boxing has been passed down, like you pass up a time, to these two great fighters and making it even greater. Thank you.
As you know, this fight will be streamed live and exclusively on DAZN, which has one of the most incredible end-of-year schedules that boxing has seen. That includes, of course, December 7th, the World Heavyweight Championship between Andy Ruiz Jr. and Anthony Joshua. We are very proud of what DAZN has been able to do this year, and of course, what's coming next in 2020. And here to represent DAZN is a man who has the best side of Don King, the EP of DAZN North America, Joseph Markowski.
Thank you, Todd, and thanks to all our friends here in Las Vegas on the podium with us. We're delighted to be here. I'll start by thanking the many hundreds of journalists and members of the media who travelled to Las Vegas this week to be with us. I think it's fair to say that since our launch last year, you've kept us on our toes. You've challenged us to always do better, but more importantly, you've been willing and had an open ear as we've sought to grow the sport of boxing as a new entrant in the United States. Since our launch last year, I think it's fair to say, as Todd mentioned, we've assembled the best schedule in boxing. Something you've seen us market in the last few weeks as fight season on DAZN. And that's because we believe that the events we're putting together, the run of events, is akin to the consistency that you see from the likes of the NFL and the NBA. It's a true season of fight sports to close out 2019. In the last month alone, you've seen us with a Fight of the Year candidate between Triple G and Derevyanchenko. You've seen us present Alexander Usyk's heavyweight debut, and this weekend just gone a spectacular unification fight in London between Josh Taylor and Regis Prograis. To close out the year, and as Todd mentioned, you'll see the rematch of the biggest heavyweight upset in decades between Andy Ruiz and Anthony Joshua, a scrap next weekend between two YouTube superstars in KSI and Logan Paul, and another couple of dates to come that will announce as the week closes out as we approach Saturday night. So week on week, month on month, our subscribers are being treated to great events with interesting narratives. And none of those fights embody that description better than this weekend's main event between Canelo and Kovalev. This is a hugely important week for the sport of boxing, a hugely important night for the zone, and our biggest fight that we've put on to date in the United States. It's one thing for a fighter to jump up 2 weight classes, but it's a completely different kettle of fish for that fighter to jump up 2 weight classes and challenge the biggest name in that division. But Canelo, as we all know, is not your typical fighter. His drive to continually seek out new challenges is truly admirable. In a little more than 10 months in his relationship with the zone, Canelo has fought 3 times on the zone, and we have to say, as the biggest draw in boxing, we couldn't ask for a better partner, so thank you, Cyril, we really appreciate it. This weekend we have a truly intriguing matchup with all signs pointing to a great fight in the ring. I think win or lose, both fighters will emerge with plenty of business to take forward in 2020, so we wish both men on both sides of the podium good luck. Thanks again to everyone for joining us, all our friends on stage. We look forward to seeing you on Saturday night, live and exclusively on DAZN. Thanks very much.
Now we'd like to present a person whose legendary company has promoted fighters with legendary names, such as Evander Holyfield, Pernell Whitaker, Meldrick Taylor, Lennox Lewis, and Fernando Vargas. She is a legendary promoter with unparalleled experience and knowledge of the sport of boxing. She's also on the ballot for the International Boxing Hall of Fame and is most certainly going to be getting in. With main events, am I jumping the gun on? Okay, we'll see. The votes aren't in yet. With main events, she has been promoting the career of Sergey Kovalev, taking him from an unknown fighter in search of opportunity to one of the biggest and most feared names in the entire sport. Please welcome to the podium the CEO of Main Events, Kathy Duva.
Thank you so much, Todd. I want to start out, of course, by thanking everyone. I want to thank first Oscar, Bernard, Eric, everybody at Golden Boy. It's always a pleasure when we work together. Richard Stern, of course, from the MGM. Always a pleasure to be here. One of the finest places I've ever been in my life. Bob Bennett, the Nevada Commission, Paco Marcarcel, I want to thank you. I want to thank Joe Murkowski and John Skipper. And I also want to thank the fighters, because without them, without guys who want to take risks, we don't get to have great events like this one. The first time I ever watched Sergey Kovalev fight around, I knew he was something special. And I want to thank him today for proving me right about that. It's been a long and circuitous route to get here today, but without his perseverance and his character and his great ability, we wouldn't be here. I want to thank Buddy McGirt and Agus Klimas as well, for all the role, and Teddy Cruz for the role they played in preparing him. Without Agus, Sergey wouldn't be here. I also want to thank Canelo Alvarez for calling Sergey out, because that took a lot of courage, and that's what it takes to be a great fighter, and we know he has it. I want to thank all of you for being here, and I'm not just going to thank everybody, okay? I'm going to give you all a present. I have a surprise for Sergey. You know, if you know Main Events, if you've been around us long enough, you know we love swag, okay? We make swag for all of our events. In fact, we started out with Sergey, I think it was a hat, then it was a t-shirt, then we did socks, we did boxer shorts. We came up with so many things. We were doing poker chips, we were running out of stuff. But this one, for this special fight, we decided like we really had to outdo ourselves. We really had to make something special. And I think we did. Thanks to Alexis Sullivan, our resident designer, bodybuilder, and she even like helps put up the ring. I don't know how she does all the things she does. She worked together with some artists in Russia, and we made this. This is a, am I saying this right? Matryoshka doll? Matryoshka doll. This doll, which all of you are going to be getting, the outside commemorates this fight. Don't worry, you're getting one. Okay. This one, this commemorates Sergey's most recent title in the Alvarez fight. This one here, this commemorates the world title fight that Sergey regained when he fought, I believe it was Shabransky. This one, by the way, has Alexander on it, Sergey. Sergey. Alexander's on this one. You're gonna love this one. Okay. There's more. This one commemorates Sergey's fight when he won, when he fought Yevgeny. Okay. And finally, this is the first title fight. This is the WBO title that Sergey won when he fought Nathan Cleverly. One thing most of those fights have in common, he fought it in the other guy's hometown. He won them all. He drew strength from the crowd that was booing him. And he plans to make that happen again, as we know, on Saturday. And all of you, if you come to our press event that we have tomorrow for Evan Holyfield at the Hector restaurant right outside the press room there, you will be able to get yours. Everybody, you got one for everybody here? Ladies are going to hand them out to everybody here. Enjoy. And again, thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow at 5 o'clock.
I know Canelo's going to put that right on his mantel place next to all his belts. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the next participant is one of the most powerful managers in all of boxing. He currently manages the careers of Vasily Lomachenko, Alexander Usyk, and of course, Sergey Kovalev. He is the 2018 Boxing Writer Association's American Manager of the Year. Please welcome Aegis Klimas.
Good afternoon, everybody. So glad to be here in Vegas. It's a little bit windy today, but I hope it's going to be a lot of heat on Saturday night. I'm so proud to represent one of the best fighters in boxing, Sergey Kovalev, but I'm more proud to be involved in this historical boxing fight, which is all the fans want. I can't talk much about what it's going to be winning, what it means winning for Canelo Alvarez, because he's already a legendary fighter. He's already top of the line. Sergey was going through the bumps up and down, but I can tell one thing. If Sergey gonna win this fight, which is I believe he will on Saturday night, he will become the most recognized, the best fighter in the history of Russia. And let's hope we're gonna have a good time. Both guys are gonna come safe, without big injuries or without even injuries at all, and enjoy a Saturday night fight. Thank you very much.
Our next participant is a former 2-division world champion and a Hall of Famer. He's also trained and worked with several world champions, and now will guide Kovalev into the most lucrative and historically important fight of his career. Please welcome to the podium, James Buddy McGurk.
Thank you. First, I want to start off by thanking God for letting everybody get in happy and healthy. You know, it's going to be a great show Saturday. I have to thank Kathy, Sergey, and Aegis for giving me the opportunity to work with such a wonderful young man and a hell of a fighter. But most importantly, I got to thank Mr. Alvarez for making this fight happen. So much respect, baby. You know, I think that you know, you're one of the best out there. And it's going to be a great night of boxing Saturday, and I'm glad to say that 20 years from now, I can say, yo, I was a part of that, you know? And it's going to be a great night. So everybody, be ready. Sergey got some tricks up his sleeves. You know, I mean, I know Alvarez does. I mean, him and his trainer, you know, like I said before, Mr. Reynoso did a great job with him since the Mayweather fight. He's improved a whole lot. But, you know, you see Saturday night what's going to happen. So thank you all, and God bless.
And now to one of the men of the hour. After a stellar amateur career, Sergey Kovalev, the Russian Wrecking Ball, is a 3-time world champion in the 175-pound division and is now looking to shine in the biggest, most lucrative fight in boxing. Please welcome to the podium the WBO light heavyweight champion of the world, the Crusher, Sergey Kovalev.
Hi everybody, I think so enough to say already. Let's make a fight this Saturday. I'm sure that fight is going to be very interesting and very difficult for both of us, because we never get step back and never give up. And also I have to thank all my team, all team of Golden Boy and Canelo, and also thank you to all people who involved in this fight, and thanks to Las Vegas, and thanks to MGM Grand for staying and for everything, and thanks to all my boxing fans. Let's make a fight this Saturday. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Our next speaker is the 2018 WBC Boxing Trainer of the Year. He's currently leading a stable of fighters outside of his gym in San Diego. This stable includes former world champion Oscar Valdez and rising superstar Ryan Garcia, who will return in Saturday's co-main event. Please welcome the manager and head trainer of Canelo Alvarez, Eddie Reynoso.
Buenas tardes a todos. Pues no queda nada ya que decir. Creo que ya ha habido muchas preguntas para los dos campamentos. Prácticamente estamos listos, hicimos un buen campamento. No tenemos ningún contratiempo de lesiones ni de peso, obviamente, pero estamos listos para el sábado y convertir a Saúl en un mexicano más que gana 4 campeonatos mundiales.
Good afternoon to all. Good afternoon to all. Good afternoon to all. As we mentioned, we have been in camp, we've been training, and as I told Saul, we are ready for this, and we will show on Saturday what we have been preparing for.
Respetamos mucho al entrenador de Kovalev. Kovalev es un gran campeón, es un peleador que siempre, como decimos los mexicanos, se muere en la raya. Tomamos todas las precauciones nosotros, hicimos, como les digo, un gran campamento, pero el sábado vamos a salir con la mano en alto. Vamos a ganar.
Yes, and Kovalev, we have great respect for him as a fighter, great respect for his trainer, great respect for his camp, and we have trained, we are prepared, and we are ready for Saturday to win.
Y muchas gracias a todos los que hacen posible esta pelea, Main Events, Golden Boy, Dazón y toda la prensa que está aquí presente, y pues muchas gracias por estar aquí.
Thank you very much to everybody that makes this fight happen. Thank you Golden Boy, thank you DAZN, thanks to the press, thanks to everybody.
Now we want to introduce a man who has guided Canelo since he was 13 years old. He's worked with Golden Boy for several years, bringing and developing many fighters and world champions. He is the patriarch of the Canelo stable and has wisdom that is unparalleled among today's boxing trainers. Please welcome the co-trainer and manager of Canelo Alvarez, Jose Chepo Reynoso.
Muy buenas tardes tengan todos ustedes.
Good afternoon to everyone.
Bueno, ya no les voy a hablar hoy de cómo está Saúl en la preparación y todo. Yo el día de hoy quiero dedicarlo para agradecer.
I'm not here to speak about Saul's preparation or anything like that. I'm here to talk about my gratitude.
Agradecer a todos los que hicieron posible esta gran cartelera, esta gran pelea.
And thanks to everybody, thanks to everyone who made this great fight possible.
Agradecer a los encargados del MGM, desde los más encumbrados hasta los que van a estar acomodando a la gente ese día de la pelea.
Thanks to MGM, from the highest ranking people to the people that do the hard work who arrange the seats for the fight.
Todo es trabajar en unión, todo es sumar, por eso agradecimiento para todos ellos.
Everything is teamwork. Everybody puts a little bit to make this happen. So thank you to everyone for this.
De una forma muy especial quiero agradecer al campeón Kovalev por haber aceptado pelear con Saúl, porque él va a ser parte también muy importante en la historia, porque gracias a que él aceptó, Saúl el próximo sábado va a lograr su cuarto título.
And I want to give thanks to the great fighter Kovalev for accepting this fight. This allows history to be made, and Saúl will be, because of him accepting this fight, Saúl will be winning his fourth title.
Quiero agradecer también de una forma muy especial a los sparring que apoyaron durante este campamento de una forma grande, de una forma entusiasta, porque sabían que estaban participando en un campamento histórico.
Thank you for the people that participated in the sparring for this great fight. It was different, and they contributed a lot for us to be prepared for this.
Bueno, y de una forma muy especial, ayer que fue su cumpleaños como profesional, a nuestro campeón, a nuestro amigo, a nuestro, ¿qué puedo decir? Saúl, a mi macho, a Saúl, porque fueron 14 años, han sido 14 años en los que hemos arrancado juntos de la mano y hemos llegado hasta donde hoy estamos.
And a very special thanks to Saúl. Saúl, we have been together for 14 years, yesterday 14 years, and we've gone a long way, and we are here in a very special manner. Thank you to Saúl.
Y el próximo sábado va a tener su pastel de 4 velas, 4 títulos mundiales en diferentes categorías, 3 veces campeón al mismo tiempo, a la altura de Henry Armstrong.
And this next Saturday, so we'll have his cake with 4 candles. 4 candles, each candle for each title that he has won.
Bueno, ya no quiero enfadarlos, pero mi agradecimiento para todos ustedes que están aquí presentes y a todos los medios, y decirle a un amigo mío, persona muy especial, al señor José Luis Camarillo, que no me equivoqué cuando le presumí al Canelo en sus inicios.
Thank you very much for everybody who's here, especially the press. Thank you very much for José Luis Camarillo, who has been with us since the beginning of Saúl's career.
Y el sábado el nombre de Saúl el Canelo Álvarez va a estar en la lista de los inmortales del boxeo mundial. Gracias.
And this Saturday, expect Canelo Alvarez to be on the list of the immortals of this profession.
And now we'd like to introduce what many consider to be the face of the sport of boxing. This man has faced the likes of Shane Mosley, Austin Trout, Alfredo Ungulo, Miguel Cotto, Gennady Golovkin, Liam Smith, and Daniel Jacobs. He's captured titles at 154 pounds, 160 pounds, 168, and is now trying to become a 4-division world champion, the 4th division champion to win 4 titles from Mexico, which includes the likes of Eric Morales, Jorge Arce, and of course Juan Manuel Marquez. He's also looking to become the 2nd ever Mexican to win a title in the light heavyweight division. Please welcome to the podium, Saúl Canelo Alvarez.
Bueno, ya se dijo mucho, ya creo que ya he hablado muchas veces con ustedes y les he dicho a todos. Realmente quiero agradecerles por todo el apoyo que me han brindado en toda mi carrera.
I want to say thank you, all of you guys, familiar faces. I want to say thank you for all the support that you've always given me throughout my entire profession.
Agradecer a Main Events, Golden Boy, Dizon, el equipo de Kovalev, Richard Stone, Bob, thank you.
Main Events, Golden Boy, DAZN, everybody, thank you.
Pues ya saben, estoy listo para este gran reto en mi carrera. Sé la gran responsabilidad, el gran reto que tengo enfrente, que es Kovalev. Va a ser una gran pelea, pero estamos listos para hacer historia.
And I'm ready to make history. I'm ready for this great fight with Kovalev, ready to make history here.
Gracias a mi equipo, gracias a mi familia que siempre está apoyándome, mi hija, mi mujer que está aquí, que es lo más bello que está aquí ahorita en este recinto.
Thank you to my team.
Hola, mi amor, te amo.
To my family, thank you to my beautiful, most precious daughter who's here. She is here. I love you. My dearest thing, I love you.
Estamos listos para ganar. Muchas gracias a todos. Nos vemos el sábado.
We are ready to win. Thank you, everybody, very much, and we'll see you on Saturday.
Before we have the stare down, I'll ask a couple of questions. My first question is to Buddy McGirt and also to Sergey. Almost every boxing article I've seen written about this fight as far as strategy says that Canelo has to go to Sergey's body and that he might be susceptible to body shots. What's your response to that, and what do you have to do offensively to beat Canelo?
My goal is to broke his strategy, you know, like I'm using my strategy in the fight against Canelo. Goal just one, and everybody knows this goal: to save, defense, this title, and follow forward for my dreams.
Are you at least a little offended that Canelo chose you to go up 2 divisions and he picked you out specifically because he thinks he can beat you?
I'm happy, you know, like it's nice that this is the biggest goal in my boxing career, you know, and the face Canelo, the same ring. I'm happy. This is a big test for me, you know, like to prove one more time that I'm best light heavyweight in division.
No one's been able to knock out Canelo Alvarez. Can you do it?
You know. Let's fight, and in the fight we'll be to see. You know, it's not my goal. Just when you like follow for the goal to knock out somebody, like you can do it. It's already my experience says me. You know, just I wanna like just get into the ring and box very well and make great fight for the boxing fans, for boxing world.
And a lot of times a big fight, there's a rivalry and a lot of bad blood, but you guys have been hugging and shaking hands and smiling. Why is there so much positive respect between you two?
You know, because we're two great champions, you know, and here right now we respect and inside and outside and inside the ring, but we will do our job very well for the boxing fans, and we will be fighting, never step back, never give up, you know, just we will make a great fight, 100%, because I will be in the ring.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Canelo, of all the fighters you could have chosen to face at 160, 168, 175 pounds, you chose the Crusher. Why him?
Porque es de los mejores en su división, por eso es que elegimos a él, y ganar este título para mí me voy a sentir más satisfecho, ¿no? Porque es uno de los mejores en su división.
Because he is the best. He is one of the best. He is the best in his division, and that's why we chose him to make history by fighting with one of the best.
And you've never fought at this weight class before. How does your body feel right now as compared to when you fought at 160?
Pues me siento cómodo, ¿no? Comiendo tranquilo, pero vamos a ver el día sábado cómo me siento, ¿no? Hay que esperar. Ahorita me siento muy bien, me siento fuerte, pero el sábado veremos realmente cómo es que me siento.
I feel comfortable, I feel good. We'll see on Saturday how it all goes, but I feel well.
And you said your goal is to be a historic Mexican fighter. You want to be one day mentioned in the same breath as Julio César Chávez. If you win this fight on Saturday, will you have reached that goal?
Bueno, sigo haciendo historia, ¿no? Esa es la realidad, es que quiero seguir haciendo historia en este deporte, dejar un gran legado, y yo creo que el día que me retire, los números, la historia y los campeonatos que gané es donde se va a reflejar en donde estoy posicionado como peleador.
The day that I retire, the day that the numbers show, that the records show, that's when we'll show in history what I have done.
All right, thank you and good luck. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the final press conference before the big fight on Saturday.